Hello and welcome back to the Winning Agenda. My name is Jesse Muleman Marshall, and I'm here with a really exciting episode today. It's really great to be back in Melbourne. I've just arrived back from the Pro Tour. Spent 3 weeks in the US, which was fantastic. Unfortunately, as many of you know, managed to pick up COVID during day one of the Pro Tour, so I wasn't able to play in the calling. Got sicker and sicker throughout day one of the Pro Tour, and unfortunately bombed out as well, so I wouldn't have been able to play day two of the Pro Tour anyway. But then, I was planning to play the calling, woke up the next morning, took a rapid test, and was positive. So that kind of put a bit of a spanner in the works in terms of the Pro Tour itself and that weekend. But because I didn't test positive until day two, I did get to enjoy day one until I got sicker and sicker throughout the day, but also the banquet beforehand. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, show you some of the stuff that I brought back with me from the States. Had an amazing time other than when I was sick with COVID for those few days, traveling with my wife, which was amazing. And also managed to get in a few games of Flesh and Blood here and there. So towards the end of the holiday last week, managed to head down to an armory at Finch and Sparrow Games in Los Angeles, played some Blitz and met some great people, some of whom are fans of the channel and viewers of the channel, and hopefully a couple of new viewers to the channel as well. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And importantly, other than showing some of the things that I brought back with me from the States and some of the things that I picked up recently, including this Cold Foil Storm Striders and Grasp of the Arknight behind me, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm going to talk a little bit about how you viewers and members, thank you to those members who joined the channel recently. We've recently launched channel membership. You can join by clicking the join button below the video. It's $3 a month. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what membership does. Obviously, it's a way to support the channel and the content we're putting out, but also we're going to have a few giveaways and competitions for members as well. And I'm going to talk a bit about that and some of the ways we're going to celebrate those aspects of the channel too. And thank you for your support. So let's dive straight in first, I guess, with a recap of the Pro Tour itself, the preparation, and how that all ended up. As I said earlier, unfortunately, not a great result for me. I'm going to blame partly being sick, but also an amazingly talented field of players. Played some fantastic, tight, close games. I was 2-2 to start the day. Won my first round, ended up 2-2 after 4 rounds. And then I do think the sickness kicked in a little bit and lost the last 3 rounds, but also, some great opponents there as well. So scrubbed out of day one, a bit of a disappointing result compared to what I was hoping for. Played Bravo Star of the Show. I was really happy with the deck. I made a couple of last minute changes, mostly taking out the red pummels because I was expecting more chain than what I played. I ended up playing 0 chains. I only played against Starbows and Prisms and 1 Briar on day one. So I played 0 chains, and I'd spent kind of the last 3 days before the event testing against chain and trying to come up with a few ways to improve that matchup. Took out the red pummels and regretted it immediately when I had 3 mirror matches in the first 5 rounds. Had a 2-1 record against Prism, which I was pretty happy with because that's obviously a difficult matchup going into it. And I think if I'd, in hindsight, kept the red pummels in the deck, it would have been probably the difference in the 2 mirror matches that I lost in those first few rounds. Could have been made a really big difference to the tournament. So if you are thinking about taking Star of the Show, while it is still available as a classic constructed deck to a ProQuest for the last weekend of ProQuest next weekend, I do highly recommend taking red pummels in your list for those mirror matches because it can really make a difference and help you close out games. So aside from that aspect of the tournament, what I wanted to do now is just dive in a little bit to some of the stuff I brought back with me because, as we know, playing tournaments is fun and only a small number of people are going to do well, right? At any given tournament. It's just the way that the structure of tournaments works, and particularly when you're at that really high level and everybody who's coming along is either someone who's won a ProQuest or someone who's done really well at Fab over a long period of time, you're dealing with a really good group of players. But one of the things that you can always bring away with you is things like this Yorick and some of the loot that LSS gives to players for attending and that you can pick up at these sort of conventions as well. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the things I brought back. Obviously, we've got the Yorick as the participation prize. It's a really nice cold foil, double-sided cold foil like the Bravo Star of the Show. Only available for the first Pro Tour event. So a lot of people pretty excited to get their hands on these. There were some people who registered for the Fabled package and the Calling as well as the Pro Tour and managed to pick themselves up 2 of these. It's not obviously ever going to be a competitive hero. It's not legal in Constructed or Blitz play, but it is a really nice memento with that double-sided cold foil treatment to remember that first Pro Tour. The other participation prizes, this is kind of old news by now. I know it's a couple of weeks old, but just for posterity, we'll record this as well. We got these event-exclusive Final Spring Tunic sleeves. So this is a pack of 100 Dragon Shield sleeves. These are the same sleeves that have been given out in the ProQuest Season 2 top 8s as well. But it was certainly nice to get those and have something else to hold on to. There was also this really cool Fab water bottle, which I'll show you the close-up as well. So it's got the Flesh and Blood logo embossed on there. And it also has this kind of cute little thing. Action, drink water, gain hydration, go again. So that was nice. I thought that was a really nice touch. So thanks LSS for that. I used that water bottle throughout the rest of my trip and it was very handy. Last but not least, there was an extra surprise gift that LSS gave as a participation prize, which I think a lot of players really appreciated. I know I certainly did. And it's the Heart of Findle mat. So I'll show you as well close up. It's got obviously the art from Heart of Findle, as well as a nice little Pro Tour logo as well down in that corner there. So 2022 Pro Tour New Jersey. So that's, I know a lot of people who went to the Pro Tour were really excited. I mean, there was a buzz in the room when the first person posted a photo of this, of their Heart of Findle mat that they'd managed to pick up from the participation prize booth. And yeah, a buzz went around the room and everyone was just super excited. And I've seen lots of them at that Blitz event that I mentioned in Los Angeles that I went and played. There were a couple of players who'd been there at the Pro Tour and they were rocking their Heart of Findle mats, and that's just awesome. I think it's a really cool thing for players to be able to play that and show it off. I also, as you can see here, got these couple of my favorite chain cards. Chain itself, the hero card cold foil, and the Ursa cold foil, signed by Federico Musetti, who did the art for both of these. So he's got a really, really cool signature. Lovely guy. Very cool sort of 3D looking signature with the silver and the black on the chain bound by shadow card. And then on the Ursa, similarly, the gold and the black as well with that nice 3D effect. And he was also, Federico, selling some playmats, including Pulverize, which I missed out on. But I did manage to pick up this chain playmat and get that signed, as well as this Ursa the Soul Reaper mat with that same cool 3D signature on it. So that was nice. I'll just get the signature onto there for you so you can have a look at that on the mat as well. Oops, on this side. So Federico Musetti 22. So yeah, it was really cool to see Federico, meet him. He's got an amazing collection of art, which he actually was also selling. I should show these off as well. Federico was selling these art prints. It was a Flesh and Blood 2022 card collection with some of the amazing art that Federico's done for the game. I'm actually going to open this up, I think, here on camera, because I'm going to get these things framed. I just need to... that plastic wrap. So yeah, I'm going to get these framed and you'll probably see them in some future videos as part of the background on my videos. Oh, I haven't got a pair of scissors. Didn't really come prepared. See if I can get in there with a pen. Always a good way to break shrink wrap. There was also Steve Argyle, famous artist who drew such things as Liliana of the Veil in Magic the Gathering and has done some amazing art, including Icelander. Was there. I didn't get a chance to chat to Steve. I was planning to have a chat to him on day 2 or day 3, but obviously didn't make it down. So let's have a look at these Federico Musetti art cards. So we've got Mangle, the extremely brutal, but emblematic of Crucible of War, I should say, piece of art. Not sure I'm going to be putting that one up on the wall, but it's certainly a nice one to have. Oof. Invert Existence, which in the full art, seeing that kind of serpentine figure behind the rune blade, it's pretty awesome. It's a very dynamic piece of art, and I love the use of different colors, the pinks and purples and greens. Gives it a really cool look. We've got the man on the playmat, chain bound by shadow, who, along with star of the show, is now getting very close to living legend. I dare say by the end of the ProQuest season, we might see both Chain and Starvo gone from the classic constructed metagame. The young Chain artwork which has a really, really cool kind of gothic dark feel to it. The adult chain artwork is a bit more, I don't know, it's just got a different vibe. I really like the gothic kind of arches behind young chain in that artwork. The alt art Galaxy Black with all of the segments separated was certainly a chase card from Monarch, and then the regular art Galaxy Black all in one piece. Ursa the Soul Reaper, the aforementioned chain specialization ally, or the ally created by the chain specialization, I should say. And this incredible piece of art that Federico put together for Great Library of Solana, the Fabled from Monarch, the Librarian from the aforementioned library, which is the mentor from the Illusionist, the Prism Blitz deck, Snapshot from Tales of Aria. Really cool different style on this one. I like the underside of those kind of like mushroom type things that are going on there, and the sizzle and the zap on the shot itself. The Lexi Hero art, iconic piece of Ranger art, that one. Very, very recognizable. And of course, young Lexi as well. Oak and Old, one that anyone who's played Classic Constructed recently in the current metagame has seen a fair bit of. And if we ever see another Elemental Guardian, I think that card's going to be back. It's a pretty good one. Wild Ride, which has made its way into a lot of Rhinar decks actually recently. Pulverize, which, as I mentioned, Federico was selling mats of this as well. So I think it might have, this one sold out pretty early, and I think there was one mat left, and the price increased significantly. I think the mats were selling for about $50 beforehand, and I think once there was one left, Federico increased the price and said, look, if someone wants to take this last one, I'm happy to keep it, but if someone wants to take it for a large price, they're very welcome to. And I don't know what ended up happening. Maybe Federico's got that one at home, or maybe someone bought it. Blade Runner, which a lot of people have speculated, those mechanologist looking boots on the warrior. Are we going to see a mech warrior at some point in the future? Slice and Dice. Very dynamic artwork. Helm of Sharp Eye, the first warrior equipment, which we mentioned on an earlier video. I think it was the Everfest top 10 cards. I mentioned this one because it was the first warrior headpiece that we'd seen. I haven't played actually a warrior deck since Everfest came out, so I might have to try and crack one out for the Blitz season. The new mentor for Dorinthia in the Dorinthia versus Rhinar Blitz decks. A Lexi alt art. I don't know if this was a special playmat that Federico did or something, but it's pretty cool. And then similarly, a Grandpa Oldham with Aria, A History book, and a couple of other characters there in the background as well, Lexi and Briar, I think, for a bit of a Christmas celebration. So there you have it. That's the Federico Musetti art cards, and I'll be choosing a few of those to put together into a little montage and hang up on the wall. I also, a couple of other things to show off before we get to the competitions and such things. Also picked up some of these chain and prism sleeves. These are probably on general release in most places now. I think you can pick these up at your local game store, but I haven't sleeved my decks up, but I did see a couple of people playing with these sleeves at the Pro Tour, and they look really nice. They look really good. They've got that white border around it, so it's not like a full sleeve. It's got like this white border around the art, which, you know, some people like, some people don't, but I think it looks really nice, and they seem to have a pretty good shuffle feel, and I'm looking forward to trying those out. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to put them on my chain and prism deck respectively, or whether I'll sleeve like a Rhinar deck in the chain sleeves or something. What else did I pick up to come back with? So I got, I should mention these Storm Striders and Grasp, which I managed to pick up. Pretty excited about this. So we've got a Cold Foil Grasp of the Arknight. Those of you who've played a lot of Fab with me know that I do love playing Runeblade, and I think Grasp is pretty much a staple. I mean, we've got Vexing Quillhound now, obviously, as an alternative, but always nice to have a Grasp in your deck, and it's a pretty nice looking Grasp. It's got a couple little nicks on the sides, which you might be able to see. I don't know, you'll be able to see through the case. There's a little nick on the side here, but otherwise it's in really nice condition. And I have to say, in person, The foiling on that purple glove looks super cool. It's really, really nice cold foil. And then Stormstriders, which actually is more foiled. Sorry about my light there. It's giving me a bit of glare. I'm going to take it out of the snap case, actually. Might get a bit less glare. But the Stormstriders is actually sort of foiled all over. Like the cold foil covers most of the artwork, which is a bit unusual for these early legendary foils. Yeah, you can see it a bit there. It's kind of like the whole background is a bit gold. So it's got that metallic foiling all across it. And it just really pops this as a cold foil. So I was super excited to grab this. Wizard has obviously become a lot more popular recently. We had Kano's in the top 8, which was really exciting. I love Kano, and I love seeing a breakout deck and something different at the Pro Tour. And it was great to watch that. I did end up watching the day 2 and day 3 from my hotel room, but it was still nice to be able to see all the creativity, all the interesting decks, all the great players battling it out at the Pro Tour. And the Kano decks that came out, kudos to Sasha for making top 8 with Kano. That was really, really awesome. The other one that I picked up before I move on to the competitions and the awesome stuff that LSS has sent our way was, for those of you Magic fans out there, I found a revised starter at Finch and Sparrow Games. And this is one that you'll see I'm wearing a Plenty of Games t-shirt. This is a new store that Isaac, who's been on the channel a little bit, and a group of others are opening in Melbourne. So if you're a Magic or Flesh and Blood or other card game player in Melbourne, do check out Plenty of Games. This little revised starter might be making its way to the shelf at Plenty of Games as well. We'll see. But I was super excited to pick this one up, and it's just an incredible piece of history to be able to hold a revised starter in your hands. It was a lot of fun. The original price on here, $7.95 down there. Cost a little bit more than that, I can tell you that much. So the other, that's kind of a wrap up of all the things that I managed to pick up at the Pro Tour. Kudos to Isaac as well, who made day 2. There were a group of Melburnian players who made day 2. I've got a couple of pictures here as well of the Melbourne group. So we got me and Isaac at the Pro Tour. We swapped shirts between then and now. But yeah, thanks to Plenty of Games for supporting me and supporting Isaac to be there. Thanks also, as I mentioned in previous videos, to Underground Games, who supported me to go to the Pro Tour. Really grateful to you, Rob, for supporting me. And if you are in Australia in particular, do check out undergroundgamesbh.com.au for some great singles prices as well. Repping the Plenty of Games t-shirts as well. Good to be there with Isaac, who, as I said, made day 2. And I think it was the top placing Melbourne player in the end. Someone might beat me up if I'm wrong about that, but Isaac did really well, made 55th, so ended up with a cash prize. Didn't make the top 32, unfortunately. 1 game off, getting the return PTI, but a strong showing from Isaac, and well done, a reward for a lot of hard work, learning and mastering Starvo. I've got another little pick as well here of some of the other Melbourne crews. So we've got Laura and Luke, Harry, Isaac, myself, Vincent, and Quan there. So well done. All these people travelled all the way across from Melbourne, Australia. It's a long way. It was a 26-hour flight to get to New York. So it was a really huge effort, a really massive cost for those of us who went, but it reflects how much people here value and love the game. So thanks to LSS for putting on a great tournament at the Pro Tour. Thanks to all of these players and the players from all around the world who came and made it like a really dynamic, awesome tournament. And I also wanted to give a little shout out to Toby. Those of you who watched my stream just before the Pro Tour, I had Toby on, who's a local Melbourne player, and Toby actually got COVID on the way over. So he and his partner flew all the way from Melbourne. They went to San Francisco for a couple of days before the Pro Tour, then arrived in New Jersey and had COVID. They tested positive. So he did not even get to walk into the convention center, which is pretty sad, and really feel for Toby. I know there are a lot of similar stories. I think Kale wasn't able to get a visa waiver in time. I know there are other players who had COVID and other illnesses who weren't able to come. So my heart goes out to you guys. I'm sorry that you weren't able to make it to the Pro Tour. But hopefully you'll be able to make it to another one in the future, because it really, really was an awesome event. So thanks, LSS, for putting it on. So the next part of the the video is also a thank you to LSS. Something which I was really grateful for, which came through just before I left, was a really nice letter from Legend Story Studios offering us a Content Creator Appreciation Kit number 2. So thanks to Chris from LSS who sent that through. And in that Content Creator Appreciation Kit, a lot of you will have seen, I haven't done a video about it yet, other than a little short that I did. But we have given out a few sets of these beautiful Herald of Rebirth promos to channel members. So if you want to give yourself a chance to pick up a set of 3 of these Herald of Rebirth promos, you can become a member of the channel, and we are giving out 1 set of them on the 1st of every month. So the 1st of June's coming up in a couple of days. If you want to give yourself a chance to be in the running for that, when you become a member, we've also got a Discord channel that you can join, and we'll do all the results of the member competitions in that Discord channel. So you give yourself a chance once every month to pick up a set of these. We're also doing a very special 1500 subscriber giveaway. So we're going to give away another 2 sets of these when we get to 1500 subscribers on the channel. And I think we're only about 15 subscribers away at the moment. That should come up very soon. So when that happens, we're going to give away 2 Herald of Rebirth sets to channel members as well, chosen at random. And then we also got in the kit a set of playmats. So when we get to 1500 members, we're also going to be giving away this beautiful Eclipse playmat posted to you anywhere in the world, free of charge. And that will also be given out when we hit 1500 subscribers to a random member. So thanks to those who jumped on already as members. We've already sent out a few of these Herald of Rebirth sets to some of our founding members who joined. And as I said, we'll be giving out another set on the 1st of every month and 2 bonus sets at that 1500 subscriber giveaway. Then at the 2000 subscriber giveaway, when we get there, which hopefully won't be too long, we've got another really nice map, which I'm going to fish out of the cupboard here. So the kit also came with a Celestial Cataclysm map, which we're going to have to think about how we give that one away in the future. Haven't decided on that one yet. But this beautiful, or rather scary actually, Doomsday map, which we're going to be giving away at 2000 subscribers to a random member. So as I said, thank you to all the members who've joined up so far. We've only just started the membership program as a way to support the channel and the content that we're producing. So thank you to those who've signed up already. And if you do sign up, you get yourself in the running to win some of these awesome prizes, which, as I said, we'll post to you anywhere in the world free of charge. I should also say at 2,500 subscribers, we're going to give away an Uprising booster box, which I'm just going to open on a video and I'm going to post that out to a random member anywhere in the world. So some really great options and opportunities to get in the running for some of these giveaways and also support the content on the channel at the same time. And if you do sign up as a member, make sure you check out the community tab on YouTube, and there you'll see the link which is posted in the members only section to the Discord. And in the Discord you can chat with us, ask questions, and see all of the results of these giveaways for members. So that's that side of things. Just wanted to thank everyone who's signed up so far and LSS for giving us this content creator kit. It's a really great opportunity and way for us to get some of these awesome promos into people's hands. I know the people who've already picked them up are really happy to foil out just another aspect of their Prism collection. Prism players have been absolutely spoiled by these promos. The Herald of Judgment, Herald of Protection, and now Herald of Rebirth. And it's great to be able to get those out into people's hands. Lastly, before I wrap up the video, I just wanted to mention that next weekend on the 5th of June, we will be doing an exclusive Uprising preview video. So this is another thing that I need to thank LSS for making us a part of the Uprising preview season. It's really great to be a part of the content creator program and be putting out this content for you guys, doing these kind of member giveaway competitions, but also contributing to the hype and the discussion about this new set. So I'm super hyped about Uprising. I can't wait to get into another draft format. I love Tales of Aria draft, and I can't give away too much about my preview card. I know what it is. I know what they are, I should say. I've got 2 preview cards. but they are going to be very interesting and useful in draft. That's all I'll tell you today. They work really well together, and they are going to be a big enhancement and something very interesting and different in this draft environment. So that's all I'm going to say about that, but watch out on the 5th of June, which is next weekend. I'm going to be posting up that video with our preview cards and having a bit of a chat about what they mean and some of the other kind of tidbits that we already know about Uprising. So that's all for today. That's a bit of a channel update, bit of a info about the membership program and the competitions, and a bit of a debrief on the Pro Tour. If you've got any suggestions for other content that you'd like to see on the channel, feel free to jump on the community tab on any of our posts. Let us know, comment on the video, let us know. I'm going to be finishing off the Hero Spotlight series in the near future, posting up the last few of those for the existing heroes, and then moving on to the Uprising heroes as well. And we'll have obviously lots to talk about in the Uprising preview season, and as we move into the next Classic Constructed and Draft season for Road to Nationals. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a debrief on the Blitz format for the upcoming Las Vegas and Sydney and Madrid callings and Uprising World Premieres, so keep an eye out for that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. I've been Jesse Muirman Marshall for The Winning Agenda. Cheers.